Time for the Ericaism of the day, the more than pretty moment of the day. So I am on my book tour, having an amazing time, and I talk a lot about friendship and community, and I talk about keeping friends, but sometimes your circle does have to shrink. So let's talk about shrinking your circle. It should not be a quick decision. It should be a patient decision that happens over time. You got to analyze, you got to have questions. Yes, pray about it. Yes, have long suffering, but be honest with yourself. If you are, here's some good indicators. Let me help you. Okay, so if you are going to see this person and you roll your eyes and you be like, oh my God, I don't feel like it. And then you put on a face and go, hey, that means it's time to assess some things. If you are making your invitation list and you go, oh my God, if I don't invite them, it's going to be, they're going to be so, and it's stressful and it's overwhelming, and being their friend is draining, and you got to prep your mind and you have to prep other people. That is too much work. Now, I don't think that you should just cut people off and throw them away. I think you should be honest and say this relationship is a lot of work and it's more work than I can handle. And maybe we're not a fit. No one ever likes that conversation. It is never comfortable. It is always hard to do, but it is very necessary. Sometimes it's for your peace and for your sanity. Now, there are some certain situations where you don't have to make a PSA, a public service announcement. You can just bow out. And sometimes they so tumultuous and so all over the place, they just take their tornado in another direction. They just take the hurricane in another direction. You should protect your peace. There's nothing wrong with that. You are not a bad person because you don't want to feel overwhelmed and drained. So you're not a bad person because you don't want to sit in the car and look out the window and be like, why are we still talking about this? But you can tell them, why are we still talking about this? I don't want to talk about this no more. I was in a car full of beautiful women. I mean, like a limousine. We're on our way to a fabulous event. And everybody in the car is talking about weight and being overweight. Now, everybody is fine. Everybody ready for beautiful women. And everybody in the car I was like, y'all know we sound crazy, right? Y'all know when we get out of the car, it's going to be people snapping pictures of you because of how gorgeous you are. Are we seriously going to take this whole ride to talk about fat? I mean, if you don't want to be fat, don't eat. But by all means, don't waste this conversation on something frivolous because it's a comfortable place to talk. It's a comfortable place of familiarity. Sometimes you're having conversations just because it's the conversation you always had. Y'all always talk about this same person, this same situation, this same church. Stop it. It's toxic. It's not healthy. Shrink your circle or change the conversation, but protect your peace. Sometimes we're not doing that. We're not honoring ourselves, being responsible with our own peace and our own thoughts. You don't have to endure all the foolishness, okay? So you can shrink your circle, and you can do it in a nice way. I really don't want to talk about that anymore. You can say that. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, y'all, can we change the subject? I don't feel comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. So be honest. Protect your peace. Sometimes we have to shrink our circle. That is the more than pretty moment of the day. That's doing the soul work. That's for real doing the soul work.